Today we're going to talk about how to distinguish lies from truth and how to read the vibrations of what is being presented to us in mass media and different books. We are all presented nowadays with a lot of material in mass media, in articles, online, offline, and I feel that it's very important now to connect to the real power within us, to feel the energy of what is being written, to feel the intention of why this has been written, and to understand whether it's a truthful vibration or not a truthful vibration. At the moment, the majority of population on planet Earth are reading through their eyes and their brain, because this is the way we've been taught in schools, to receive information purely from the head and to analyze and to take it in and to do calculations in our brain. This is one way of reading information. Together with it exists absolutely different way of reading information. It is with your intuition and energy. And I believe this is the most powerful, truthful way of understanding what is being presented to you. Sometimes the information which is being presented as a certain thing may not be a certain thing. It may have a completely different purpose and intention underneath it. It may be presented as something in a certain way and shape, given certain figures, given certain words, imposing certain knowledge upon us. But if you look underneath those figures and those words, you'll find that the frequency doesn't match what it says. You'll find that the frequency is a little bit strange. Maybe it's not as pleasant for you to read. Maybe it has a certain effect on your brain, on your psyche, on your body as well. This is a very, very important thing to do nowadays, because we are standing at the crossroads at the moment. What we believe, what we trust. Do we trust ourselves and our powers, or do we trust what we're being told? And every person is facing this choice right now. This has to come from within, of course. This choice has to come from your own intuition, from your own power. But knowing the skills to read the energy can really equip you in a more strong way, can help you to gain a little bit more power when making your decisions, rather than being guided by the outside sources. Let's take a simple everyday newspaper that we can find on the tube every day, something that people take into their hands, something that people take into their eyes on a daily level. Imagine all the information that we find in this piece of paper actually interacts with our energy field. So this is very important. What we take into our hands, how we interact with it, how much we allow this information to go into ourselves without first feeling it, without judging it in any way. This is very important. This is crucial. This concerns not only a newspaper. This is just an example. Of course, it concerns the article online. I can't show you it with a computer now. The same effect it will have when you work with your computer and a telephone. When you take something into your hands, immediately part of this energy starts to interact with your aura, with your vibration. The first question you can ask yourself is, how does it make me feel? How does this paper, for example, a certain book, a certain article online, interact with your own energy? What's your first impression before you go to read the words that are written there? What is the sensation that you get in your aura? How does it feel? Do you feel drawn and interested in it? Do you feel magnetized to it? Or do you feel like, oh, this is a very strange energy which does not necessarily want to go inside of my body now? You have to catch that first sensation that you get before you make any judgment with your head. So before you read the words and go into the meaning of the words, feel the general vibration, the aura of the paper. How does it talk? What is it trying to tell you? What kind of energy does it have? Does it feel good? Does it feel right? Does it feel fearful? Does it feel oppressing? Does it feel that maybe it is trying to have an effect on you? Communicate with it telepathically, without reading actually the words. Another thing you can do is to use your hand and determine the vibration of the paper that you are about to read. So if you just take your hand and you hover it over that piece, that article, and you can close your eyes, for example, and just perceive what sensations does it give to you. This is the most truthful and honest way of receiving information. You'll get to the depth of what is there or what is perhaps not there. You will really understand the meaning, the message of the people who are behind it and what they're trying to tell you. For example, if I'm reading this paper now with my hand, I feel sick. I feel energetically unwell. I feel like nausea. I feel like unpleasant inside of me. I feel that I want to throw it away as further as possible and never look at it again. That I don't want it in my vicinity, anywhere, in my room, in my house, nowhere to be seen. This energy is dirty, very unpleasant, very upsetting, very unsettling, unbalancing. It is designed to unbalance the energetic structure of people, their auras. It is designed to unsettle on purpose the minds of the people, so other bits of information can come through more directly. So there's a lot of intended confusion in the paper, which is meant to disturb the minds of the people. And then when they're disturbed, it's like troops which are not together but separated. So the place can be invaded in a much easier way when the troops are not connected. So this is what is being done. Purposeful misalignment of energy inside of us for some other purposes. There's a lot of fear in the paper, and the fear is not coming from inside of me. It's the fear from outside. And this is a very important point to understand, that when you're reading something like that or connecting to something like that, try and pick up, where does the fear come from? Is it really from within you, or is it intended? Is it emanating from that piece that you are trying to read at the moment? Understand, is it yours? Is this pain yours? Is this energy yours? Or is it being imposed on you? That's important to understand. I feel that this is contaminated energy. Just contamination, which shouldn't be in our energy space. Well, definitely shouldn't be there if we want to be happy. It's a very low frequency, and the energy which lost itself, it lost itself somewhere on the way. Maybe once upon a time it was nice and loving and more pure and had better intentions. Now these beings who are behind it, they've lost themselves. They've lost the feeling of love. Actually, they're suffering themselves because they can't see the light themselves. They are focused on lowering everything down. They want to lower everything and everybody down as soon as possible. That's their highest interest. They don't want people to feel happy, excited, connected to themselves. That's not the agenda. The agenda is to destroy, distract, to clutter, and stabilize. That's the idea behind the paper. I feel that the best way to do is to ignore it and not allow it into your energy space. I don't think it's worth working with it. I don't feel it at the moment that we can change it and heal it. I feel that these beings who create this situation, they need to grow themselves, they need to see the light, they need to wake up in themselves and understand what they're doing. They need to awaken themselves, really. Meanwhile, our job as normal people living on Earth now and making very important decisions now, we have to work on ourselves, minimize the detrimental effects of media and of this kind of energy, and focus on ourselves and on raising our vibration, on sharing love, sharing good feelings, sharing joy. Is there anything of joy in this paper? No. Is there anything of happiness in this paper? No. If these beings were trying to help us and to make us feel better, surely they would have implemented some happy energies in the paper, uplifting energies, because surely they will know that they will make us feel better, regardless of what the situation is like at the moment. So what it really does, it interferes with the energy of our body, with our molecules. Imagine that if this energy is the energy of distortion, and you're taking it into your hand and you're putting it into your eyes and your heart, this energy of distortion does travel inside. So they interact, they combine in a way. So then if our energy is feeling nice and peaceful and calm, and suddenly we are maybe open to that, or maybe we're feeling weak, maybe we're feeling not protected, this energy can come in and start interacting and putting our own energy down. That's what it does. I really feel sick. I feel like this, like I want to release it, like I want to throw it away. This is a very, very unpleasant energy. It's not just the paper, I'm afraid, it's also the articles online. It's the same, absolutely the same. It's just maybe you won't be able to feel it exactly the same way as on the paper, which is even more confusing, by the way, because then they can be located in between other bits. So you can be presented one thing, another thing, and in between there will be this thing again, trying to target your energy and your consciousness. You have to make this choice for yourself. I can't tell you what to do because this is your own choice, and as you probably know, if you're watching this video, you're probably already on the path of awakening and healing, but maybe you have friends or relatives who are not, and maybe it feels sad and it feels frustrating, and I totally understand you, and I'm very much with you if you feel this way, because I feel this way, and I'm very honest about how I feel. I can't fake, or I can't say that, oh no, it's okay, when it's not okay. This is manipulation. This is manipulation of people, of human energy. This is a very unpleasant, a very ruthless inversion of energy at the moment. That's what's happening. So if you could make a positive decision of not including this energy into your life, if possible, that would be wonderful, because then you'll be able to keep your own energy intact, keep your own energy very pure, keep the great vibration in your hands and in your heart, and then you become your own newspaper with good, positive, healing news for planet Earth. And as you're walking the earth, you become that vibration, you become that mass media, your own media, light media. So you're walking and you're spreading this consciousness to people around you, and you have the words around you, you have articles, but they are about love, they're about magic, they're about healing, they're about inner powers, they're about the light. That's what you're transmitting into the planet Earth. And then people will feel it, and every time you pass by somebody, they will feel it either in their awareness or subconsciously. They will notice that you're carrying a positive newspaper inside of you, and they will look, they will feel, they will somehow respond and resonate with your energy. So I think a very important job for us all when this mess is happening, we have to keep our energy intact. We have to keep our vibration uplifted, magical. We have to believe in miracles. We have to believe in higher power. We have to try and be strong and not allow the low vibrations to have a hold on us, and give this example to other people as well, people who maybe don't have as such strong vision in the third eye. Maybe they're not that developed yet energetically, so they can perceive what is there, what has an oppressive effect on them. We can help each other, I think, by giving an example, and by giving an example of a lighter frequency, which people will feel for sure. Deep inside they will feel it, and deep inside they will make another choice for themselves. And just as an example, there is another book that we can read the energy of, just to show you how the energy can be different. And it is true that the energy talks, and it is true that we can read the aura of a paper, a magazine, or a book. It is all fluctuating here, you know, we can tap into this frequency. So I'm holding a book by Diana Cooper. She's a beautiful lady from England who works with angels and orbs, unicorns as well. I've been reading Diana for many, many years. She was one of the first ladies who introduced me to the world of spirituality. I'm very grateful for that energy. And it's just an example, okay? An example of energy that we have from a high frequency healing book. Just as you look at this book, you may be able already to perceive the vibration. Just look at it without judging. Imagine you don't know what it is. Imagine you just looked at it with no information about it, and notice how you feel in your heart about it. Notice the sensation here. For example, I feel a very light, very soft, gentle vibration, and pure. It doesn't feel loud like the other one. It feels pure, quiet actually. Quiet, like it doesn't impose anything on you. This book doesn't impose. This book is just there, and if you want it, you can get in touch with it. And you can enter this world if you want, or if you don't want to, it's up to you. It's a choice. It's like a different energy which is there for you to explore if you choose to. Let's try with the hand. So you can hover your hand just above the book and sense the vibration. What do you feel? Oh, it's a different story, of course. This is pure. This is purity. I wouldn't say it's like joyful or happy. It's just calm. It's just there. It's wise in its tranquility. And things that are tranquil, they're wise. We don't have to shout about things. We don't have to convince. We can just be there in our presence, and whoever is ready, they will join. It's like a different consciousness, different level. So this is wonderful. This is amazing. It's interesting because when I looked at it, I thought maybe I'll feel happy and excited, but it was even a better example than that. This is a completely non-invasive book, like the opposite of the paper, and it just offers you a chance to look into it if you want. It offers you a chance to get to know it, but it's just there. Maybe it's not for everybody. Maybe it's just for people who decide. Look at this amazing difference of these two pieces, right? What do you feel? Just look at them. Look at this and look at that. What's the difference between them? If you really look now, if you forget who I am, just look at me as an energy being. Look at this as an energy object and this as an energy object. What does it do? And maybe one more example, we'll have a look at this, another book, which is wonderful, Around the World in 80 Trees. Beautiful book. We can also connect to it through the hand. Let's see what the energy is like. I don't know yet, I haven't sensed it before. And immediately as I'm touching it, I feel a very nice, relaxing sensation. I feel wood, I really feel it. I can smell wood, as though I'm inside of the tree and I'm tasting the wood. It's delicious, very healthy energy. This book takes you into the realm underneath, the realm of the trees. And it doesn't just tell you about the trees. This is on the surface. It connects you to the vibration of the trees, to their wisdom, to their consciousness. It takes you into their realm, like they have a different realm, not our realm. Their realm is different, it's like a portal. And every tree has its own role, its own message. That's why it looks different, but underneath there is one big energy representing the trees. It's just one energy which took shape in many different types of the trees on Earth. But if we connect to that energy, we can draw a lot from it. We can feel extremely well, naturally well. We can learn about the crafts, making things with our hands, producing beautiful objects. We can learn about medicine, natural medicine that comes from the earth, all the gifts that are already there. We can learn how to find peace within ourselves quickly with the help of the trees. We can just release the tensions and the wars, because the trees, they're very connected. They don't understand wars, they understand peace. So if we want to go to peace, we need to go to nature. So the energy of this book is very different from the other two that we sensed before. This is very serious, of course truthful, but it's also very important, something that we need to look into. Whereas the other book that I sensed, it was more like there, but it didn't feel like we necessarily need to rush and learn about it. Those who are ready, those who are open to this. Whereas this is so us, the tree world, the nature world is so us, we must get in touch with it. we can't live otherwise. It feels like a very strong invitation. It's not an option. It's a necessity. We have to be together with the trees and the nature. So this kind of book has a calling in it. It has magnetism. It has important information, not just in the words that the author kindly shares with us, not just in the facts, but underneath there is a vibe, the vibe that connects us. So many books function this way. They're not only there to provide information, but they're there to connect you to a certain, like an energy portal, energy vortex that you connect to, and then you are able to channel this energy automatically. Maybe some authors, they don't even know about it, that they're channeling this great information. Maybe they think that they are giving facts, but they are performing a much bigger role, and they're connecting us to something very important. I hope that this information has been interesting for you today. I invite you and welcome you to use your hands and use your third eye and your intuition to decipher the messages from anything that you read, especially mass media. I really urge you to use your energy connection first before you get into the words and letters. If you look at advertisements, if you look at TV, if you look at the news, just don't look what they're saying. Don't look inside. Look at the general frequency of what you feel. You can even mute it. Just look into the eyes. What are the eyes saying? Are they truthful or are they lying? How do you feel? How do you feel? What is the purpose? What is the underlying structure of that person or that event, whatever they're trying to show you? You must connect to it. It's very important because that's the only thing that can answer this question. And then the more we all wake up to this, the more we share it with each other, the more power we get inside of us. And power is what we currently need the most. The power is being taken away quickly. So we need to regain our own connection, primarily with ourselves and our intuition. That's number one. And secondly, we need to meet together, meet like-minded people, share this, grow groups of awareness, of understanding, groups where we can practice all these wonderful things together and share our gifts. So I invite you to join our groups if you like. Come and spend some time with us in our Healing Energy Tuesdays when we work with energy, or just be in touch in the videos, you know, spread information if you resonate with it. It will be a pleasure to hear from you. Blessings and thank you very much.